Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon and I've set myself this task this afternoon to do a new video of how I do my makeup. So I've never done anything like this before. I'm not an expert by any stretch of the imagination on makeup. I've never been taught anything. It's all completely self-learned. It's all what I've done all of my life, probably with a little bit of tips from my daughter. So I've no idea whether what I'm doing is right, wrong, indifferent, but it works for me. So I'm gonna start with my foundation, which is a Body Shop foundation, and I'm just going to apply that over my skin. So just one and a half to two splodges on my hand. So yesterday I went to Popham's hairdressing in Jericho to take part in one of their masterclasses. So I've been going to Popham's hair salon in Oxford for many years. David and Shirley, who are the owners, they're family friends of ours. Their son Ollie and our son Alistair went to school together. So both of our families appreciate what having a child with a disability, a special need, learning disability, epilepsy, and all those add-ons mean to your family. And believe me, it's never easy. Anyway, so I was contacted by one of their senior stylists who is just looking to update her skills, update her CV. David offers masterclasses in his salons fairly regularly, probably once, twice, 3 times a year, so he can get together with his team of top stylists and just show them different ways of cutting hair. So I've been going to them for many years and I've always been totally satisfied with what I receive. So I went along and had a new haircut yesterday. So this is it. And I've just got up this morning and not really done a lot with it because it was so nice yesterday. So this is my foundation. It's okay for the moment, but if I'm honest, I just feel it's a little bit light for me and doesn't really do me any justice. So I'm doing this video as part of my self-confidence. I didn't have any. It's growing. I've done a couple of videos. This is now my third. Yeah, just join me and watch this YouTube. I'm 50. I was 50 last year. Going through the dreaded menopause, which had its highs and lows. I'm sure you can all get those. But my biggest issue is my lack of self-confidence. I live with my family members, and if I'm honest, I'm a bit jealous of them because they're all got massive self-confidence and I don't. So I'm on this journey to try and grow my self-confidence. So next, this is my favourite eyeliner at the moment. It's a bit 80s. I would have probably worn this colour in the 80s, but I quite like it. It's one that I was given for Christmas by Louise. It's Kiko, and it is, I guess that's shade number 14, and it's bright blue. So as I said, I would have worn this colour in the 80s, but hey ho, I like it. It works for me. I've also got a slightly jadey colour one as well, which I wear. I've also got black and a Bobby Brown grey. Black is a bit hard, but I quite like this. I've got quite blue eyes, so I feel that it kind of sets my eyes off. I like it anyway. So next I'm going to go for my eyeshadow, and this is another Kiko one that Louise got me for Christmas. It's in the shade of Bright Duo, and it's a sort of like a light pinky purpley and then a little bit of pink sparkle on the top. I would never have really gone for eyeshadow on a day-to-day basis before, but you know, it's new and I'm giving it a go. So I just apply it over my lid. I've got a bit of a dropped eyelid, And day to day I work in healthcare, so you can't really go in day to day with, you know, loads of makeup. It does have to be quite subtle. As I said, I've no idea whether I'm doing this right, wrong, indifferent. But if anybody wants to share some tips with me, then hey, come and give me a shout, and we'll do some work together. And on the top, if I'm going out in the evening, just like to add a little bit of the sparkle on the top, just to give it a bit of dimension, really. Okay, so next are my lashes. My lashes are on the top there. They're okay. On the bottom, it looks like I don't actually have any, but believe me, I do. So I always feel that people pull really funny faces when they're putting on mascara, and usually I end up everywhere, you know, it's on my hands, it's down my face, anywhere. So this is, you know, here we go. Okay. And usually it ends up in a bit of a globby mess as well. So if it doesn't work out, I've got this special little brush that I got in a Body Shop calendar that you can use to brush it out. Okay, that's actually not too bad. So my bottom ones are there. There you go, you can see them now. And this is where it tends to go. If it's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong here. And some of my eyelashes on the bottom have actually come out. Don't know why. Maybe it's that whole menopausal hair. Oh, there you go, look. Hair thing. Now that's going to be a mess, isn't it? Yep, that's typical of me. Typical of me. Let's get the old, there you go. See, that's just my life all over, really. It's just one big splodge of sometimes bloody disaster. So my brows, I tend not to do anything with them. I do have them waxed every now and again. A friend in Longhambra, I go to her and she waxes them for me. And they actually do need doing, actually. They're quite, underneath here, they're quite terrible. And I'm always being told by Louise, Miss Body Shop, that I should fill them in. But actually I tried it and they just, you know, they just look like one of those young people with, you know, slugs across your eyebrows, and I just feel that it's actually not that attractive, so I don't bother. Okay, so this is my blusher, and I've had this blusher for donkey's years. It's a Clinique one, and it's called Bashful Blush. I've had it so long, but actually I've been using more and more makeup recently, and I'm actually quite pleased that I'm nearly at the bottom. Look at that. Okay, so I don't use a lot. I've got quite a thin face, so I don't actually want to have that much. A bit hairy. Okay. So that's better. It's gonna be better now. So it's not that much. And then I've got a Clinique highlighter, which again during the day I probably wouldn't use that much. But if I'm going out in the evening, if I'm going to the pub or something with Bill, or, you know, as a family, if sometimes we go out for a drink of an evening, I might just to give it a bit of definition, I guess. That was actually a freebie. I used to buy Clinique on a regular basis, but I would only go and buy it when I knew that Clinique they were giving away a special gift. So I think the deal used to be you could buy 2 products and then get a selection or a goodie bag or something for free, and that was in one of the goodie bags. I've got 2. One's kind of run out, so you know that's my one. So then I have lipstick. So I've got 2 favourites that I'm using at the moment. Again, they're both Clinique. One, and I bought these actually, and for me to buy makeup is a bit of a miracle, because I take after my granddad Stevens, who was notoriously stingy and would not part with any money unless he absolutely had to. And I take after him, which I guess is why I've never, you know, had any interest in buying new clothes or buying makeup, because I'm always of the view of, well, I don't really need it. It's not necessary, so I wouldn't have bought it. So it's only in the last year or so that I thought, actually, I've got a full-time or now part-time job. I'm actually going to spend some of my money on myself instead of everybody else. So this is probably my favourite lipstick or lip gloss, and it's a Clinique, and it was just like a special edition, and I think they were made with some kind of melon juice or something like that. So it's quite moisturising, although sometimes I feel it is quite wet, and I know that if I apply it, by the time I've got out for the evening or got to work, it's kind of worn off. But it is quite neutral, and again, generally I get in a mess with it, you know, and it goes everywhere. I don't have terrifically big lips. My lips are quite narrow, but there you go. So this is the other lipstick that I like, and this is really quite bright. This was another limited edition by Clinique, and it's again, it's quite old. It's a Clinique and Jonathan Alder, and my eyes have gone, and I for the life of me I can't see that shade. So hey ho, but it's I quite like it. If I'm going out for an evening or something, then I'll probably put that one on, or I've got a couple of other. So my hair, I used to have kind of like a strawberry, blondie, brownie, mousy type of hair when I was younger. And all of my dad's family, so all of the Knights family, the Knights in where I grew up were a massive family. They lived in a garrison town, because my granddad was in the forces during the war. So naturally, they had 9 children, and naturally they've all gone off into bigger families. So I've got quite a massive family in where I grew up. And all of my dad's side of the family have all gone grey really quickly. Hey presto, so have I. My sister dyes her hair, so I think she's a bit false. I think she should be brave and not dye her hair. I bet she's as grey as me underneath, but hey ho, I don't think that anybody's ever seen a natural colour for donkey's years. But actually I quite like it. When I did my degree at Brookes back at the beginning of 2011, all the young students there were dyeing their hair grey, and I was trying to block over my grey with having this, you know, darker browny kind of colour, but very quickly I would get a badger stripe on the top, and it wasn't actually that attractive. So as they were going grey, I thought, right, well, I've got the natural grey, I'm going to embrace it. So I did. The only thing is, because my hair is quite thin, you can actually see that it's, you know, you can see my scalp through the top. So during the summer, I have to be really careful about wearing a hat or, you know, putting some kind of product on my hair to stop me getting burnt. So there you go. Oh, just figure that bit out there. That's it. There you go. That's my makeup. As I said, 50 last year. I've never had any lessons in how to do makeup, only what people have told me. I've no idea whether it's wrong, right, indifferent, whether it works or not for anybody else, but it works for me. So down below there's a you know, a link and a subscribe. Give me a like and a subscribe, and let me know whether you like my video. Give me some tips. Maybe you can come and show me, and we could, you know, do some work together. Okay then, thank you very much. Have a nice afternoon. Bye bye.